Right, well, we've got one more job to do. We're going to be doing the master clutch cylinder. Now, I changed that preventatively about a year ago, last January 2024. I did it because I know they say that the original was going for about 300,000 kilometers, but I thought I'm doing a big trip. You don't really want that to break down in the middle of nowhere. So I changed it and I put an aftermarket. Now this is a good lesson in aftermarket, whether to buy aftermarket or not, because within a year and say about 11,000 kilometers max, it's gone again. It's leaking from the rubber seal on the master clutch itself down onto the pedal. So I'm losing a bit of liquid, .4 braking clutch fluid through the pedal onto the footwell, the driver's footwell. Yeah, look, I mean, as I said, man, I mean, look, aftermarket, I'm all for them, but I think it's a good lesson here to use genuine or OEM. Always go for the best aftermarket, and also just if you're going to use aftermarket, think about which parts and whether they go, and just always research whether they go or not. Do my research now, last few days. It looks like aftermarket clutch masters cylinders, they do go very quickly. So, and I know I've had a water pump, cheap aftermarket water pump, go on my last 300 TDI. So that's a good lesson in terms of like sticking to as genuine as, I mean, either genuine or OEMs, and of course there's cost involved. And certain parts, you just do your research. I mean, certain parts, certainly for non-bearing, non-moving parts, or I would certainly consider, you know, cheaper aftermarket. But for things like your master clutch cylinders, any wheel bearing type thing, I would definitely go for genuine or OEM on the Land Rover. Right, so let's get going. Here we are on the master clutch. I don't know if you can see in the video. Bring it forward a bit, but this plastic seal here is leaking. Let me bring it forward a bit. There, that plastic seal there is leaking. Don't know if you can actually see it. Tip, I just hold that a sec, just want to show it. That's it there. You can see that leak, and that's from nearly a brand new master clutch cylinder, an aftermarket one. Highly inadvisable to get aftermarket, I'd say.
Just take it off and listen.
Right.
I can see from there.
Sorry, man, I didn't realise you're doing the leak. There you go. Sebo did and showed us the leak right there. Right there. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it on there. All right, man. There.
Just get this one off first.
You reckon like getting the back one off?
Yeah.
Okay. So
if it goes back, then you know that.
Then it goes, it's fine.
Yeah.
This 13 spanner there, this 13 nut there, you can see it past the brake pipe, past the brake line there. That one's really hard to get off with the spanner. You haven't got space to manoeuvre. The one at the front is an even bigger pig, right there, front and back. Now getting them off to take off the master cylinder can be a hassle, but what Sebo's doing is loosening at the top the spanner, and hopefully we'll be able to get those two bolts on either side of the cylinder. What Seppo did was something quite clever here. He opened at the top there, which meant that when we press the clutch down, it actually holds now, and you can get to that back bolt because the cylinder's moved up, obviously. And then obviously when we're done with this nut here, we'll push it, we'll raise it, we'll depress, raise the clutch pedal again, and that will then move back to where it was before, and we'll get the other one as well. There we go, it's back down, and now we've got access to the other one.
I have to tell to the YouTubers that.
Sorry, man, we're just having a. Seppo hates the YouTubers. He says it's taking away their business, but as you can see here, this is why I get Seppo to do my stuff for me, because that bolt underneath the where the reservoir comes out, that bolt there, I knew this was coming, but this is a nightmare. It's underneath, you can't see it, and you can't get any leverage to momentum to actually take it off with a ring spanner. So yeah, we've been struggling for about 5-10 minutes. Well, Teppo has been struggling. I've been doing nothing. I've been watching him on the master cylinder. But yeah, if you ever do this job, it's small things like that. And you're an overlander like me, that I know anticipate will take a lot of time. It's underneath. I don't know if you can see there, but it's underneath, right down there. And that nut there is a bugger to get off. That nut and bolt.
Super bugger.
Yeah, it's a super bugger. So we managed to get off the what do you call the spline, the long bolt that goes through the cylinder? Teppo?
Yeah.
What do we call that?
This one?
Yeah, what do we call that?
That's a pushing rod.
The pushing rod. This is the pushing rod. Yeah, that's a good, well-named thing. It just pushes the cylinder up and down with the pedal. So we got both the nuts off there. That was easy enough with the clutch depressed already, and that top bit there taken off, so we could easily depress and move the clutch. But that bottom bolt, I was anticipating it, and it's a bugger. We're still struggling after about 5-10 minutes. Let's see how long it takes.
No.
Right, we're going through Alex. We're just going to go grab a ratchet for that bolt, on the master cylinder. So we're just running back to Teppo's house to get the right tool to try and get that bottom bolt off the master clutch.
Yeah, Maragarale and older Murizo without me.
Right, here we're getting to that bottom bolt. We had to remove the water reservoir, the water expansion tank to get to it. So it's the typical Land Rover, man. You have to take out the engine to take out a bolt. But we're getting to that bottom master cylinder bolt there that holds it in place. That's the only way to do it. That's the only way we found to do it, is to get rid of the expansion tank. We tried a tin, a small ratchet. We tried a pivot, a swivel spanner. Nothing worked. So in the end, we had to take out the expansion tank to get out. And there you go. There you go. That's the master cylinder, the old one. The new one is in. It's the new master cylinder. I'm going to nail the screws back, the bolts back on, the nuts rather, sorry. And yeah, bolt on the master cylinder reservoir side back up before we need to bleed the system. So. Okay, we just started it. We're bleeding off the water. We took off the expansion tank. Seems to be working fine. So, just leaving Alex. The weather changed rapidly, as you can see. But we had a successful jaunt, really. I mean, the only thing we got caught by the rain, so we couldn't finish. Well, Teppo couldn't finish the mesh grill, but he's going to take it home and then bring it over later. But the clutch seems to be fine. The master clutch cylinder seems to be bled well, put back fine. We used the Recon one that we actually put in last year. We took out last year for preventative reasons, because I thought maybe I'm going on a long trip and with 185 on the clock, 185k on the clock, I should change it. Ironically though, 1 year later the aftermarket failed, so we put we reconned the old one, the genuine Land Rover part, so we put that back in. Seems to be working fine. So yeah, all in all, a great job. I actually like the conditions I'm in, really raining, so I'm going to be using the clutch a bit, so I'll really figure out if it's broken. If I break down, I just call Teppo. I'll park to one side, call Teppo, and we'll sort it out.